Hello, hello, hello. It's Burgess Taylor, and it's supposed to be Monday's coffee chat, but it's Monday evening. So, going up late, so I guess actually it could be Tuesday talk. First, let's talk Camp NaNoWriMo. I won Camp NaNoWriMo. I wrote 40,025 words. Part of that 40,000 was handwritten. I didn't include it in my total because I wasn't sure of how much it was. I ended up having a lot more handwritten than I realized, which put me well over the 30,000 goal that I had. I could have actually won like 3 or 4 days before I did my validation. And I did my validation on the very last day at like 11 o'clock at night, y'all. But that's okay. I did it. I got it done. I won. Whether I had made my word count or not, though, I would have been a winner in my book. One of the big reasons that I do, two of the big reasons that I do any NaNoWriMo event is one, because of the community. I love the community that surrounds NaNoWriMo. The writing community is an awesome community. Two, is that it keeps me in the habit of writing on a regular basis. Any of the NaNoWriMo events remind me that I need to be writing. My head needs to be in my novel, whether I'm writing about a character or the setting, or I'm doing research, taking notes, something. I need to be doing something in regard to my novel every single day. Maybe I can't write every day. Maybe there are things that come up, real life stuff happens, but I can get my head in the novel and keep it there for at least a little while. Another thing, like I talked about in the wrap-up, is that I need some kind of schedule. I think I talked about that. I need a schedule. The first week of May. Today is the 1st. And I haven't gotten any writing done today. I did, however, go grocery shopping. I did, however, cook dinner. I did make a healthy dessert. I rinsed off and cut up a bunch of strawberries. Oh, it was so good. The strawberries were so good. We had spinach and garlic and mushroom pizza. We had strawberries for dessert, so fresh strawberries. Oh, so good. I'm trying to eat healthier. I have a lot of things going on. I have some projects that are sort of continuations from April's Back to Basics. My closets are still works in progress, but I am going to be making over the closets. I have the craft table and my desk, and the desk behind me is set up. That one is for Mr. Rockstar. I have the paint to paint that with, that desk. I've got to get new handles for it. That's a work in progress. That piece of furniture is getting a makeover. I put 2 poster boards on this table. It's actually painted red, kind of like a picnic table red, brick red, I guess is what it's called. But I put 2 poster boards on here. I've got some of those clear cutting mats that you can get from Dollar Tree that I'm going to put on here. I decided that's a lot cheaper than getting a craft mat or anything. The poster boards, when they get messed up, I can toss it or use it for writing, for a storyboard, and then get new ones. They're like $1 a piece. Sometimes you can find them for 50 cents a piece, the poster boards. My room got a makeover this weekend. I'm still working on it. The closets are getting makeovers. We're going to be doing some work in the yard. So the May is sort of makeover month. April was back to basics. So I got working on getting some things done that I needed to do, decluttering, organizing, cleaning, getting back to some basics with my journaling, getting back to some basics with health and fitness. I started walking again, like on a regular basis in April. So whether it was for 10 minutes a couple of times a day, or whether it was for an hour and I walked like a mile or 2, I tried to do some kind of walking every day. So sometimes I just walked around the yard. Now this month I'm going to try to do a few more of the walk and talk kind of videos, or at least where I go outside and I sit on the picnic table and do a little bit of chat stuff, because I need to get outside more. I need to do more stuff. Yard work, makeover. I'm going to be working on some of the stuff in the yard. One of the projects, or actually it's a multi-project, I should say. For Mother's Day, I am making fairy gardens. I'm going to make my daughter one that's for the inside. I have to go to Dollar Tree. I haven't been there yet. I went to a bunch of other places, went grocery shopping, went to Dollar General. And while at Dollar General, I got a few things. I picked up a few things. One of my angels ended up with a little broken wing. I'm going to actually give that one to my mother-in-law, or I'll keep that one and get my mother-in-law another one, because I think my mother-in-law will like an angel with a broken wing. And I'm going to be creating fairy gardens. I'm going to create one for myself to go on our front porch, but I'm also, over the summer, going to be doing the tree stump that we have in our backyard, once we clear away some more of the tree that got taken down, I'm going to take that tree stump and create a fairy garden surrounding that tree stump, which means I'm going to shave away some of the bark and create like a little door and, you know, do a little fairy garden around that. The rest of the tree stumps are probably going to go, but I like the idea of having one of the tree stumps become like a little fairy garden kind of thing. So making over the tree stump. Another thing that I'm going to be working on, like I said, I'm going to be painting that desk, is I want to create a canvas. I had to move the dresser that had the typewriters on over to this wall over here. And because I had to do that, that's the only wall that was blank that has nothing on it. And I am going to go get probably an 8 by 11 or 9 by 11 and a half or something like that, a canvas, or maybe a poster board size canvas. And I'm thinking about creating my own Snoopy Van Gogh Starry Night. I don't know, I haven't made up my mind, but I'm thinking about doing that. Or I'm going to try to find a poster, maybe a poster with a red typewriter, or maybe a poster of Snoopy and Van Gogh, Snoopy writing on the typewriter in front of Van Gogh. I have some writing stuff in here up on the wall, but I don't have very much art stuff. I was thinking that I wanted something that kind of combined my interest, and I like the idea of having Snoopy and Van Gogh. So I might try to find a poster of Snoopy with Van Gogh Snoopy writing in front of Van Gogh's Starry Night, or creating a canvas and doing that myself. I haven't made up my mind whether I want to do it myself or what. So that's some of what I'm doing in May. Just a few things. I am letting my hair grow out. I have been doing that for a good while now. I'm letting the natural color, all that gray, I'm letting it grow out. I have been very tempted to dye it. But the longer that it grows, the more I'm like, So one of the things I'm going to be doing this month is finding some different products to put in my hair that will make it less fuzzy. Curly hair is so hard to deal with. And I've been on YouTube, and there are a lot of videos that I watch, Curly Penny and stuff like that, but a lot of that stuff costs a fortune. You have to order, blah, blah, blah. I use coconut oil. I use argan oil. I have tried co-washing. I don't really like I don't like silk pillowcase thing. I do, however, put my hair up in the pineapple a lot at night. And most of the time I dry my hair with a t-shirt instead of a towel. I have a detangler, one of those little handheld detangler brushes. They're specifically for detangling curly hair, and I have a wide tooth comb. So making over my hair, I need a hot oil treatment, I think, maybe, or some kind of deep moisturizing treatment, because the wintertime dries out my hair a lot, like really badly. And in the summertime, it's a completely different thing because it gets sweaty, it's heavy, which is one of the reasons why I don't mind it being shorter. I know it was longer and I'm letting it grow again, but I don't wear my hair in a ponytail a whole lot. But over the summer, I ended up more and more and more putting it up in a ponytail because of it getting so hot up underneath. And when it gets hot and I sweat, it gets tangled. So making over my hair, one of the things I'm going to be doing this month, trying to take better care of my hair. Another thing I want to do this month is work on my skin. I've been using better products on my face. That's going really well. Taking off my makeup at night. You know, the summertime, using sunblock and stuff is important because although I do tan, I freckle. Both my grandmothers were redheads. So that's one of the things. And another thing that I'm going to be doing, I'm learning on my own, but I am going to be purchasing Benebell Wins, I think that's her name, her astrology course. And I think I'm going to be hopefully getting her holistic tarot book, because I am studying tarot. I ordered this from the Buy Sell Traveler's Notebook group. This is, I think it's Imperfectly Perfect or Perfectly Imperfect. But I ordered this from somebody who had bought it from there. It is a A5 journal cover, and when you open it up, it looks like a tarot card. Sorry for the shadow. But I have my bullet journal for tarot and spiritual stuff, astrology tarot, and I didn't use this at all in April. So I have this back. I'm setting stuff in it. This is rather stiff leather. I'm going to take the notebook out of, I'm going to take the bullet journal out of it. This isn't exactly a review, but somebody was asking me about it. I mean, it's got some give in it. I mean, the inside is super soft. So it does move a little bit, but where you have this double part, this part is super stiff. I think as I use it, it will soften some. But the cover itself is gorgeous. So I have the red leather Hobonichi cover and then this purple. I don't see myself needing anything else. I'll say that. I'll say it that way. I don't see myself needing anything else. That doesn't mean I won't necessarily want to order anymore, but I don't see myself really wanting any more. Not right away. Making over like different things because April was back to basics and now May is getting all of my shit together. Going back to having my Jellyfish, my Omni journal and my Jellyfish, having it be the star, the hub, the epicenter, the grand central station, and having everything else work around it. Yeah. So that I can keep up with things better. Have my writing and stuff set up. That is good to go. I don't have to make any improvements with my writer's Bible. Just need to get new notebooks when those fill up. And I have decided to use the weeks as, I think, Patreon. I'm going to be tracking all my Patreon stuff and YouTube stuff in there. The YouTube, Patreon, and the blog in there so I can keep up with, so I don't double stuff. And that, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I am really excited about how things are going. Computer's working pretty well, and, you know, I like how things are getting set up in here. I'm going to be putting the file cabinets underneath there. I may end up getting red spray paint and spray painting my file cabinets. I don't know if I'll get to that in May, but I'm hoping that I will, because that would look pretty good up under here. Because we have one black one and one gray file cabinet, and they're not the exact same height. So if I can kind of get them where they match, or maybe spray painting the gray one black so that they're both black. I don't know, because the gray one is my husband's. So I guess I probably should ask him before I go painting his file cabinet. Mr. Rockstar's friend is working on my old dinosaur computer to get it ready for Mr. Rockstar to have over there on that, so that we can work together in here sometimes. Rockstar can use it. He doesn't make videos or do any of that. Gets on Facebook, he checks his email, he watches YouTube videos, how to fix cars, how to do stuff. He loves YouTube. He doesn't really do a whole lot of computer stuff. I'm going to do one more shelf over here, and we're going to replace the boards that are up here with thicker real wood slats. I'm going to paint those, and that way we don't have the bowing in the middle. And yeah, that's what I've got going on. I'm getting there, and I'm excited about May. May is definitely a makeover projects kind of month. When you say makeover, people sometimes think of makeup. And although I probably do need to overhaul my makeup stuff, I found stuff that works, and I've got to a point where I don't wear a whole lot of eyeshadow anymore. I wear like one or two basic colors sometimes, and eyeliner and mascara. I like Clinique's. The foundation I use is the one that has the what is it called? The concealer in it. I use that, and I use Bare Minerals blush and eyeshadow and mascara. I used to use Bare Minerals original. I found that the older I got, the more flaky that got. Like it ended up looking kind of flaky on my skin, and I don't like that. And I have rose water in a spray bottle because I used a little bit of Clinique's powder to set, and I use the rose water, and so that I don't have that powdery look. And that's it. I do basic bare minimum, and the older that I get, the less makeup that I wear. I do, however, use a eyeshadow and a brush, a dark eyeshadow and a brush to a matte one to do the edges of my eyebrows, because I have gray hair in my eyebrows, so there are portions of my eyebrows that if I don't do that, you can't really see, and it looks like I have half an eyebrow. It's this portion over here, and it's this portion over here. So that's crazy. So I look like I have more eyebrow on this side and then more eyebrow over here. So That's about it. So I don't makeup and that kind of thing. I'm not really, I mean, I like makeup. I love red lipstick. Red lipstick, I have more than one red lipstick, and red lipstick is my thing. Absolutely love red lipstick. So, yeah, I have a bunch of different kinds of red lipsticks, actually. Other than that, I can't think of anything. I eventually we're going to redo the flooring in our hallway and our dining room. I am pricing vacuum cleaners. I think I found a Shark that I really like. I'm probably going to be getting that one next weekend. We are going to be looking at DIY stuff for the backsplash in our kitchen. And yeah, so that backsplash is over the summer project, so it might not be doing the backsplash until June or July. So I'm looking at different projects for the whole summer. May is the booming month for starting projects because, like I'm doing Mother's Day projects. So I'm excited. And like I said, the fairy garden in my backyard will be an ongoing project I'll be doing over the whole summer. I'll be getting bits and pieces to do that. Thinking about doing another flower bed. I planted 4 azaleas 2 years ago. Only one of them lived. So I need to plant 2 or 3 more azaleas because now I only have like the one azalea. And it's a little one. It's like this high. It's not very big. Tried to talk Mr. Rockstar into taking the door off of this room and letting me get those 70s beads that you hang in the doorway. I'm still working on that. And I thought to myself, and I was thinking about that, I was like, I wonder if I could make that myself. So that's one of the things I'm going to do some research on, how to make my own door beads, you know, that hang in the door, like from the 70s. I love those things. Has to be a way. I was just talking him into letting me take the door off of there. Or I might could take the doors off of the closet in here and hang the beads in the closet. I don't know. Maybe I could do both. So that's it. I'm wrapping it up. Y'all have a good one. I will see you again soon. I don't know if I'll be doing a writing video Wednesday or not. I'm going to take a little break from the writing stuff now that Camp NaNoWriMo's over. But I'll definitely have a journal video for you on Friday. Bye, y'all.